Just started with there's that. I like that too.
Hello.
Hello, girl. Hey, hey, hey,
How
hey.
you doing? It's Monday.
It is. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. The sun is out.
The sun is out.
That's a win. That's a
That is a
win.
win. That is a win. The sun is out and it's a little cloudy. I took a walk in the park, which was interesting. I'm not a brisk, like winter walk taker. So it's like brisk in both ways, both definitions, brisk as in cold
Oh,
and brisk as in a brisk walk.
yeah.
Nice though. It was really nice. And it was nice to see the sun and also appreciate it in the wintertime. That's all.
Yes. Yes. I think that's become my thing. Like on days where the sun is out, I'm like, oh, we have to make this a good day. It's just like I have so much gratitude for the sun in these months. But I'm like, oh, we gotta make this a good day. On cloudy days, I'm like, well,
it is what it is.
Right. We're gonna see how we show up.
We'll see.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, the cloudy days are a toss up. Yeah.
Man. So it's the last day of January.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that. I said that to my daughter. I was like, oh, today is the 31st. It's the last day, in the month, the first month. She was like, are you happy about that? I was like, I was making an observation. I thought it was an interesting one, but apparently it's not. But clearly it is.
It's another day.
I like it. Yeah. I was just like, I'm just making observation, making small talk. So
hey, we made it through January.
Isn't it like kind of surreal, maybe? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it is. I feel like it kind of flew by.
Okay.
For me.
No, and that's what I was saying. Well, that's what I was thinking when I was talking to her. It didn't feel like it flew by, but looking back, I feel like, dang, that happened fast.
It's a lot, like so much was in the month, right? Like, I mean, New Year, the ball drops, and it's like, whoa, we're off.
It was like,
we're off to the races.
Yeah. Take off, like for real, without even knowing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, snap, we running. Okay.
This is what we doing. Yeah, yeah. It was it's been a good month though. Definitely been a good month. A lot going on, a lot happening, but I'm like, man, this is what January 2022 is done.
Yeah, it is. And it isn't, because we still have the entire day. It's 9:15. It's a new moon. You know how I feel about that.
I know.
And it's a new moon tonight. It's
the energy.
And that's literally how I feel. Like, it's the release for me. Like, seriously, sometimes you have to go back to where it all began to know that it's ending. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, the funny too, I think what I like about that is the new moon is actually on the last day of the month.
Right.
To be able to go into this new month with new intentions.
Like, start at 1.
Yeah, like all the things. So yeah, January was a whole interesting vibe.
I mean, it had 2 new moons. It let us know right there in one plan.
Yeah. It really wasn't. It did not come to play.
No, retrogrades, all the things.
All of it. Yeah.
I think, yesterday, the 29th was like the end of Venus being in retrograde. But anywho, we're not going down that path.
Ooh, because the Mercury, honey. Well, we're coming into February and Black History Month.
Oh,
whole vibe.
All black. That did
you do.
Oh, everything has been so intentional today. It's the new moon energy.
I love it. I love it.
All black. It's the black on black on black. You know what?
I love it.
All black tomorrow too, and the red nails. You know what?
Do it.
Wear my black power. Hey. But they're gonna say black power with the energy.
Yo, my little necklace right here. This one, the little tiny one, is a fist.
Oh, that's a fist. That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I love
Yeah.
that. See, say
Yeah.
yes.
Say, hey, my whole chest. My whole chest. That
I
part.
love that.
But yeah,
I love that.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Black History Month. I'm glad you said that. I have a little necklace that I'm gonna wear that's black, green, red. Yeah, got that.
Are you gonna do anything special for the month?
You know, I usually do. I usually like highlight, oh, this is so interesting. On my blog, I highlight Black professionals who are making Black history, like
Mm-hmm.
local attorneys, physicians, and things like that. I do that on my blog. I do love doing that. I'm wondering if I'm gonna do that again. I may put another little spin on it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I always try to do something to highlight it. It's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite months, and I did not
Me
realize
too.
that. If there
Mm-hmm.
was like a holiday that I would celebrate, it's Black History Month. That's a holiday
Yeah.
to me. That's like
Yeah.
Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. I didn't even realize that about myself. But yeah, I get
Mm-hmm.
excited. I don't know. Do you? Do you do anything special on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook? What do you do?
Yeah. So last year I read like a book a week by a Black author.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so like I got into like Ta-Nehisi Coates, I got into Zora Neale Hurston is one of my faves. I ended it with the longest book, the Barack Obama book.
Okay. I might take that.
Loved that book is so good. It's long, but it's so good. Um, but yeah, I read a book a week and it was really, really cool. It
Yeah,
was really cool.
I like that. I got some
Um,
audio credits, audiobook credits I can use.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what I'm going to do this year. Like, I really like the idea of reading a book, and I like to try to read at night.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of reading a book, but I'm like also kind of like, what can we do differently?
You know what else I do? And this may help you. I do a quote. I always find like a lesser known quote, by
Mm-hmm.
Black people. And also, I always look up something about African Americans in psychotherapy. I always want to
Yes.
figure out like different people who were innovative and things like that. Maybe that's
Yes.
why I'll like figure out
That's a
some
cool
research.
one.
Yeah, I do that. That's my little thing. I didn't even realize I do that. So
I
maybe
love it.
I got it. That's what I'll do. I will post about that on the blog. I like that.
Love it.
It's a great way
Love
to do
it.
that. Yeah.
That's a good
A
one.
bit of research,
Do
make a
some
little.
research. Yeah.
I love that. I'm inquisitive. So
Yeah.
anyway, okay, go.
I'm here for it. It's
Extra
exciting.
black.
It's
Extra black
exciting.
in February.
Yeah.
I may wear all black every day.
Every day.
I may make that my thing. I may make that my thing for the month of February. I will just wear all black. You know what? I think I'm
Hey,
good.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good month. So what we got up today? We talking self-care.
Yes, I like it. You know, I'm all about mindfulness. You know this. Melanin and mindfulness. Oh, so this really gonna be my month. Black.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Anyway, but like being attentive to yourself, that's so real. Self-care can
Mm-hmm.
be so subtle. It's the subtle things. Me even taking that walk, I was like, I would not
Mm-hmm.
have thought to do this, but I listened to that little voice and it led me to right where I needed to be. And for
Yeah.
me, that was self-care.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I think I like that a lot. I think, when I'm talking to clients about self-care, I typically will ask, like in that initial session, like, what do you do for yourself? What do you do for fun? What do you do for yourself? And a lot of times it's external things. It's like, oh, I go get my nails done, I go get my hair done, maybe take myself to lunch or nice dinner. And then I hit them with the like, well, what do you do that doesn't cost money? And that always like is like, well,
Yeah. Same.
And I like that. I like the idea of self-care being things that don't necessarily cost money because you always have access to them.
Always. And it let me know
Always.
because I'm a park person. When it's spring and fall and summer,
Oof.
I'm in the park all the time.
Yeah.
And
yes.
so, and usually in the winter, when I have one of those milder days, I'll go. But like on a brisk day, I don't go. And so I was like, the same thing that I have access to, I get to allow myself to have access to that same energy, just allow it to show up the way that it is and allow me to show up. I might not be picnicking. I'm going to take a little walk along the path, the sunshine on me. But, it's still allowing that same thing that costs no money, that's accessible to me to be a thing right now. In this season, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
I like it.
Good.
I
And
like it.
it just carries over, you know, self-care. I feel just like
Mm-hmm.
blowing over sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It
How about
does.
you?
Yeah. I think, it's one of those things too where, when you start it, I think like even when you start your day with a walk, right? Just some time to like just introspective time or some time to just do something different, change up the energy, as
Yeah,
as we often say.
yeah,
It kind of goes with us throughout the day.
that's real.
So kind of starting your day like taking care of yourself. It can really, direct how you move the rest of the day.
It really can.
Yeah. I think some of my favorite things to do for self-care. Um, I really enjoy walks. I do enjoy that. I like to work out. Okay, wait. I say I like to work out. I do like to work out. But oftentimes I like to work out the way I want to work out. When I'm working out with my trainer, need a little push though sometimes. But I also like to journal.
Mm,
I like to just sit and brain dump.
yeah. Whew.
I
Yeah.
need to brain dump. It is one of those things sometimes where so much is swirling around in here. And I'm like, let's just get it out in a different way, in a different space, and be able to take it in a different way.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
And so like that is my go-to.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, just I guess going back to what I was saying, the flexibility in your self-care practices, because
Mm-hmm.
for a while journaling like every day, like in the morning or in the
Yeah.
evening was a thing for me. Then I think I felt pressure for that to be a thing. And then that kind of fell off. Long story short, I allowed to show up. Like if I'm just writing on post-its, just sometimes to get the stuff out. But then
Yeah.
like allowing like your planner to also be your journal if you need it to be. Just all these
Yeah.
things, like allowing your self-care practices, the ones that are like free, accessible to you, to also be flexible with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
if they don't work this way, we kind of like leave them and we don't allow
Yeah.
it to evolve.
Yeah. You make a good point. I think a common misconception about journaling too is that that's something that you have to do every day.
Mhm.
And I also tell clients, I'm like, sometimes there's a lot going on and there's probably a lot you could journal about every day.
Oh,
But half the time, nothing really changes. I mean,
yep.
it's kind of like you sit down and you're like, well, what do I write or what do I? And so I think the ability to kind of like, not put pressure on yourself to make a practice of it, but to do it in the way that it works for you. And then
Mhm.
also use journal prompts too. Those are really helpful sometimes,
Yes.
just to kind of like, again, change up the energy, but then also help you to expand, on.
Sometimes you just need a subtle shift of perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm here
Little
for that.
turn. Mhm.
Yeah. What about self-care that's maybe considered like difficult to tackle?
For example,
So we often think of therapy as a form of self-care, which I think definitely is. You're going to therapy to like talk through things, but sometimes things come up in therapy that are difficult,
mhm.
that might expose some of our behaviors that aren't healthy, unhealthy behaviors. They might expose some unhealthy thoughts and things like that. And it's like, how do we attend to those things as a form of self-care and as a way of like taking care of ourselves?
That's a real question. And that's something that
Yeah.
comes up in therapy quite often. And I realize, you know what? I have a few clients that have called this out. They've described my approach as gentle. And I really
Mm,
probably do that because
mm,
I say gentle. I use the word gentle a lot. And it's
mm-hmm.
because I'm like, let's give ourselves more permission to be gentle with ourselves, even in
Yeah.
therapy. You can, I mean, there's so many approaches. You can go in there and tear the club up and start ripping up
Oh,
our stuff. You can. I
Chile.
mean,
You ain't lying. Oh,
if that's what
oh,
you know, And also, you can be gentle when those things come up, allowing yourself to process the fact that you've even allowed it to come up.
Yeah.
Having this awareness, putting different perspectives on even that little small bite. Like I told you yesterday, the illustration that I shared for us, that I share with my clients a lot. We have this big old pie. Sometimes the big pie is therapy as a whole, or sometimes you come in with a big pie one day because a relationship deteriorated. You have a big old pie. Like, let's take one slice out of it. Let's put that on the plate. Let's pick up a fork. Let's take one bite and chew that. Literally. Allow that to digest. Imagine how much easier your body can digest it. How much more nutritional value you may get out of doing that. Why not allow yourself to apply that same approach to what you're doing in therapy, in your therapy process,
Yeah. I think of it, the first word that comes to my mind is grace. Having grace with yourself as you're going through that process. I think a lot of times people hide behind the good self-care, right? We hide behind the walks in the park and going to get our nails done and get our hair done. But, self-care is really addressing those parts of yourself too that are really challenging, like the shadow, right? Doing that shadow work. And that shadow work ain't no hoe now. It ain't no hoe. We know. We know it's not. But essentially doing that work helps us to be better. And that's essentially what self-care is, right? And so, being able to go there, but in a way that is gentle and in a way that's graceful or even with yourself.
Considerate of yourself. Sometimes we can be gentle, and sometimes we can say, okay, give yourself a little bit of challenge. Being graceful and being gentle sometimes allows you to perspective to say, this is also where I can go a little deeper, and then challenge yourself to do that. So for you to be better. That's it. It's about you being better. I never really thought about, I don't think I've heard it that way. Self-care, the objective is for you to be better. Usually I'm thinking of it take care of yourself. Take care of yourself for you to be better. Better version of yourself. It's interesting. Deep.
It is deep.
Kind of trendy and a little washed out and diminished, but it's a real thing.
It is.
That's how real I gotta say it.
And I think that you make a great point. I think we talk about self-care a lot of times. It is trendy. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to yoga today, or oh, I'm gonna go get myself some coffee and go on a walk. And it's real cute. Don't get me wrong, there are so many great things about that. So many great things about it. But also there are some other things about self-care that are very difficult.
Very ugly.
Right. Very ugly.
Is you sobbing in that hat that you got on because you don't really want nobody to see you and you got shades on and your coffee is hot and you can't even drink it because all you're doing is crying. That's self-care as well. What I'm saying? It ain't always a cute walk in the park. Sometimes it's not an ugly cry walk in the park.
Indeed. Indeed. And it is that ability to address things, the catharsis, the ability to get things out, to purge, to to make room and space for other things. And so I think it's funny, over the years, as I've even done work in self-care, it's these things are cute. But then when I started doing my own therapy, I was like, wait a minute. What you mean, attachment style? Wait a minute. So I gotta go. And that it is very, I don't know, it's a vulnerable space. It's a very vulnerable space. But at the end of the day, that work that is done does make you better.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what I hope we want. It's to be better.
Yeah, that's real. I hope you want it enough to go through what it takes.
Yeah.
Because it continues to happen. Life just continues to happen. How you involve yourself in it is completely up to you.
Yeah.
The stuff is going to keep happening.
All the time, baby.
Not stopping.
It don't stop.
That doesn't stop.
Say what?
How you participate in it. That's a whole nother story.
How you choose. Oh my.
It's the choices for me.
I don't like you. I don't.
Throw it away, honey.
But this is where we are. And I am grateful that we get to choose.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that we get to choose.
Yeah,
and what we choose. Yeah. What we choose in the moment may or may not, what we choose in the moment is what we need. Right. But I am grateful that we get to choose. And if we choose to do that work, then I hope it makes us better.
We choose to do that work. I hope it makes us better. That's
Indeed.
Real.
Yeah.
So what are you doing for self-care today?
Whoa.
I
Hit
know.
me with that, didn't you?
Off the dome. This is cute. I like this.
Man, self-care today. You know, I'm glad you asked that question because my word for this year is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the opportunity for me to intentionally incorporate some self-care. So today, honestly, I think my self-care is going to be straightening and cleaning my place.
Okay.
I typically work better when things are not cluttered.
Yeah.
And I've been in and out a lot lately. And so, you know, things can be a little bit better. So I think, you know, straightening, cleaning, it's gonna be good.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And it's being done on a weekday.
Yeah.
I think for whatever reason, that's always interesting to me. That's a whole different type of energy. Yeah.
It is.
I like
it. Yeah.
That's always a good one.
Yeah. What are you going to do? I mean, you've already been to the park.
Whew, I love it. Whew. So, you know, I'm going to reflect on that time and that space and the things that I thought about and, you know, connect with my intuition. That's self-care for me. Listening to my inner voice is always self-care because that makes me better, you know, because I feel like I'm making the most authentic decisions and choices and being present and all the things. So I'm going to journal about that. And
I like that.
I said it's a new moon. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to create some space to like really connect with my intentions for new beginnings and stuff like that. My intention for February is love, you know, focusing on love and self-love.
Yeah, which kind of goes into our event on Sunday.
You know, I'm excited about it. Exactly. And it worked out because I love Black History Month. And I hadn't really thought about it that way and just putting a spin on noticing things that I love and how do I treat those things, just all the things, being curious about it.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. I think my intention for February is just like is self-exploration, is exploring. We gonna see how that go.
I like it. You know, self-exploration for me, like I was intentional about that June of last year and just been like building on it. When I tell you, and it's something that I tell clients, you know, get to know yourself. Literally get to know yourself. You don't really know fully like what you want, how you want it, what you need. You don't literally know yourself, you know? So to get to know yourself and so many.
Yeah. I think for me too, like I tend to get to know myself more and learn more about myself when I'm out of my environment. Because I get into this humdrum, like I have a routine, right? Like, and everything here is familiar. Everything is familiar. So like when I get out of my environment, I tend to really understand and learn the good, the bad, and the ugly. And attend to those things, you know, and again, kind of have the ability to, or the opportunity to be gentle with myself in certain situations. And decide how I want to show up. And so I'm excited to kind of explore that and be more intentional about self-exploration. So
I like it. I like it. I do. I like it. Every month has its own intention, but my overall intention that I carry over is placing attention on myself. And that's one of the things. Yeah. It's interesting. So placing attention on myself through the lens of like love.
Yeah.
I'm scared, girl.
Bring on the energy, girl. Bring on the energy.
No, I'm excited.
Bring it on. Yeah. It is exciting. And I think about it too there's so many different, you know, and we'll get into this in our event on Sunday, but like there's so many different types of love, right? Like, I mean, golly. So, you know, when you talk about love and all the different facets and the different ways.
And it's such a beautiful thing. It's a
Yeah,
complex thing. It's so,
it is
so
complex.
complex. It's so
Yeah,
complex. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to just like going there, exploring,
yeah.
learning, through that
I
lens.
like that's
Mhm.
cool.
What you got
Cool.
planned for the rest of your day?
Well, work, but more so behind the scenes work, so emails and different things, and then staff meeting
Yes.
later
Okay.
today. And then after that, that's probably when I will start to I put on a little music, a little
Get a
candle, a
work-
little sage, some, yeah, a little
Okay.
something.
Okay, a
Just
little
kind of
bit.
move around and straighten and clean and it's a whole vibe, creative vibe.
Yeah, you said you're cleaning for your self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha,
Yep.
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm. I still have, we had dinner last night and I have my leftovers and I'm really
Oh,
excited about that for dinner tonight. So that's what I'm looking
listen.
forward to. I'm like, I'm going to
Oh,
chill, I'm going to relax, I'm going to center and have like a fancy dinner, but at home. Maybe I should get some wine.
that could be actually yes,
I
because
should.
it was the linguine and clams and red wine sauce. Only makes sense, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some
That's
red.
gonna be so
Have a intimate moment with myself as I get ready to go into love.
yeah,
I love it. Love exploration.
yeah.
No
I
love
actually really
exploration.
like that vibe. That's a whole
The whole thing.
vibe right there.
Girl, don't make me go to turnip truck and get some crusty bread to put with
Don't you
now.
do it. Actually, that sounds phenomenal.
I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna stop and give me some wine and give me some
That
bread
sounds
and
good.
just like vibe out. Oh, and I have this candle last thing, and it's from Target, and it says it's red roses. It's like the smell of red
Ooh,
roses, and it's red, and red roses is all about love. So I might light my little candle. Anyway, that's it. That's what I'm
I
gonna do
love that. I
after
love it. I
work,
love it.
all the working and stuff.
Yeah,
Mm,
cool, cool.
Well,
I
this
like
has
this
been
Monday
delightful.
thing.
I know.
I
I'm
like
like,
that
this has
Monday
been
vibe.
delightful. We should
Start
do
the
this
week.
more often.
Oh, we definitely will.
I
We
love
definitely
it.
will.
And it's in the morning. Mornings with Ashley and Jess. That's our theme
Hey,
song. I just made
that's
it.
it. We're gonna have to work on that one. To work on that one.
That's a professional way of saying no. That's not it.
I love it. I love it. I love it
Got it.
though.
Yeah, we
Very
definitely got
cool.
to do this again. Well,
For
Godspeed, my
sure.
dear, and I'll see you in
Same
our
to you.
meeting soon. Okay.
All right. All right. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.